balancing family, being an investor and developer?
Very difficult. Very difficult. It's one of the more difficult things, or more things that I have the most trouble with in my life. I love my job. I love what I do. I love being on site. I love taking something ugly, making it new. So it's almost like my job and my hobby all in one. You know, it's something that gets me up every morning. It's what I love to do. I also love my family. So trying to find that balance is very difficult. But one of the things that I found that works for me is just goal setting. When most people look at goal setting, they look at it from a professional standpoint only. I think if you're looking at goal setting from a personal standpoint, a professional standpoint, a health standpoint, then I think you'll have that balance. So what I mean by that is every year, you know, I have my 5-year goals, and my 5-year goals might include, you know, getting my my youngest son into, you know, a good, you know, school system, getting my older daughter into, you know, more involved in sports or, you know, gymnastics or whatever she wants to do. It is to, on an annual basis, take 3 or 4 different, you know, weekends out with my wife to get away and spend that time together. So on an annual basis. And you know, my personal, to get to the gym, you know, every other day or 5 times, you know, or excuse me, 15 times out of a 30-day month. So from a health standpoint, to make sure that I'm, you know, going to the dentist on a regular basis on a 6-month cycle. You know, from a professional standpoint, those are the typical things to buy, you know, 15 more buildings or 10 more buildings or 15 more units or whatever it may be. So I think laying out those things on an annual basis and then backing them down, laying them out on a monthly basis. I know for the month of June, which we're in right now, that, you know, the goal is to get out with my wife and spend at least a couple days or a couple nights out to dinner, get away from the kids, do something personal with the wife to make sure that relationship is maintained, to make sure that I'm documenting my time with my children, to make sure that I'm getting out with my kids and we're doing something special, going out to dinner, going out and playing in the park, and actually making that a goal, not just something that I do when I'm free, making it as something that I'm checking off and saying, we make sure we want to do this every month. The same way I'm treating it in my business is the same way I'm treating and running my family almost, you know, the same way. And then taking it over to the professional side and saying, I want to read, you know, three new books this month. I want to listen to six new podcast episodes this month. I want to record several new YouTube videos this month. And if you do that, not just on the business side, but on the personal side as well, I think it has helped me achieve somewhat work-life balance. And the other side is understanding that there's going to be certain months that are going to be out of whack. We went on a family vacation at the beginning of this month, so there wasn't as much done that I'm going to get done professionally. The month of July is going to be very busy during our construction, you know, for our construction business and building and everything. And so there's going to be, you know, some family balance or some family time that's out of whack. Part of that balance is being in balance. It's constantly kind of having that seesaw back and forth and making sure, you know, if I spent a lot of time this month or, you know, I didn't achieve some of the things that I wanted to do on the family side this month, that I bring it back and next month I make sure that I spend a little bit more time with my loved ones. So hopefully that makes sense. But I think the big takeaway is basically documenting, setting goals, and then recording and documenting the things throughout your time frame. And I think if you do that, it'll help you achieve that work-life balance.